Welcome to the Courage to Live podcast. My name is Josh Pitzko, and I'm a retired police captain with 24 years of experience out of Las Vegas. Currently, I travel the country and I teach people about resilience, courage, and leadership. In today's Courage Cast, we're going to talk about kind of a personal experience Jenna and I had last night. So it's the day after Halloween today. And last night was the first time neither of us have taken our kids trick or treating. Usually, we go out into the neighborhood, walk them around, collect candy, stand at the street. And it's something both of us have always enjoyed. We would dress up and be part of the fun. But this year they all went with friends. And, we had some mixed emotions about it because her and I got to spend a quiet evening alone, giving candy to the smattering of trick or treaters that we had. Our neighborhood is in a gated community, and there's just not a lot of trick or treaters out. It's mostly older people in our neighborhood. So we watched some scary movies and really enjoyed our night. But also there was a mix because we were a little sad that, you know, we weren't able to share that with our kids anymore because they're at an age where they'd rather be out with their friends. And we understand that too. So moments like this, it could remind us to, although we can remember the past and think about it fondly, if we hold on to it too much, it will disrupt our present. And, like I said, last night was fun and peaceful. And we talked about taking the kids trick or treating when we used to. And like I said, it was just that transition into this, change in life. And that change can also feel like a loss at times, right? Like we're missing that familiar thing, trick or treating with the kids. And we don't realize how special those moments were until they were over. But it's also a reminder to really enjoy the present, because this same thing was mirrored for me in retiring from being a police officer. Because at times being a police officer is, it's a job, it's a career, but it's also a calling. And I do miss wearing a uniform. I do miss being a cop. I don't miss necessarily the politics or the call out in the middle of the night phone calls. But that was a part of me that I've since lost. But I'm also really blessed in this moment to be able to travel and teach and connect with police departments around the country and businesses and people around the country and teach based on my experiences, what I learned. So I try not to dwell on, what I miss and really lean into enjoying the present, because every chapter of our lives has its own version of joy and purpose. And there is danger in always living in the, I used to be a police officer. We used to take our kids trick or treating, and now we don't have that anymore. But we have a lot of joy in this current stage in our life, but it takes mindfulness and, purpose to grow and really live in the present and enjoy what we're experiencing now. Because you know what, last night was quiet. We weren't running around crowded streets with kids trick or treating, and it was different, but it's okay. We sat together and we enjoyed our time together. And I finally talked her into watching a very scary movie, which, she did great. And that's really what presence looks like. It's being where we are in that moment and enjoying it rather than focusing on what we're missing because, things have changed. So, what I'll ask for my listeners today is notice what's good right now, even if it feels different, even if you're, maybe missing the past or missing, things that you used to really enjoy. What is it today that you can enjoy? Because the past, it deserves your gratitude. We've had a lot of great experiences, and I had great experiences as a police officer, great experiences as a father on these holidays like Halloween. But the presence also deserves your attention, and that's how you can find true joy. So it's really not about holding on to every part, but learning to enjoy the moments that you have now. Thank you for listening today. If you enjoyed what you heard, please share it with a friend, subscribe, or leave a review down below. And if you like what I talk about, there's more in my book, The Courage to Live, which is available on Amazon. And I appreciate you spending time with me today.